Boom, we are live. It's Chris Igoe, Simply Home South Florida, and we are doing big things. We are getting stuff done. And today I am going to talk about how to generate business right now. And doesn't matter if you're a brand issues here. I think I'm back. But yeah, so I'm going to show exactly how to generate business right now. And we are going to kind of go deep on that. There are some things too, but nonetheless, I'll share my experience. I'll share my strength. I'll share my hope. I'll show exactly what I did and how I did it. And hopefully you benefit from that content. If you do, then please like and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. It helps the YouTube algorithm get activated, and hopefully we can help more people go out there, be more, achieve more, and that's what I'm looking to do, right? If you are local, if you're in South Florida, then we would love you to join. Please check out Simply Home South Florida. There is a link in the description here, and it'll tell you everything that you want to know. We would love to go out there and disrupt the market and expand with you. And if you're not, that's okay too. I'm going to do like I've always done and share exactly what's worked for me, and hopefully you can benefit from that. So let's go. Now, I will tell you, when I first got started in real estate, I had no clue. I really just had no clue of what to do, how to get started, and I looked everywhere, right? So you can go online and find all kinds of content and all kinds of gurus that will tell you all kinds of things on how to go out there, spend a lot of money, and you got to be careful of that, because if you buy every shiny object, you will go broke very quickly. Most realtors fail out of the business very quickly. So I don't know what the turnover rate is, but it's incredibly high. Most people don't make it. And a lot of that, I think, is due to the fact that they're out there spending a bunch of money on a bunch of stuff that they don't need. So the things that I'm going to show you today are all free, and you can utilize them right now. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Now, that being said, I'm going to tell a little story here, and hopefully you can learn from my experience. All right, let's see. Is this thing working? I have no idea, but I see there's 2 people watching. So if you are watching on YouTube, please let me know that. If you're watching in the Facebook group, please let me know that too. I'm hoping that it's streaming in both places, but I don't know. All right, so I'm a brand new realtor. I just got started, and let's go. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's get some. So yeah, I just got started. I really didn't have a clue what the most effective ways for me to prospect were at that point. I had been told that I'm on the dialer as well. I'm on Facebook. All right, that's awesome. Well, good for you for being on the dialer, and thank you for watching. If you would, please humor me. Click the link to watch on YouTube, because that would be very helpful to me, helpful to scaling the presence, and hopefully helping more people go out there and dominate. Now, to be clear, I'm not a real estate broker. I have no interest in being a real estate broker. I really want to be a hope broker, right? So I am always going to share my experience, my strength, my hope, and be authentic in that process. So I'm going to talk about all the things that are real, all the things that were my pain points, and hopefully you can avoid all of those things. So anyway, going back, this is now 7 years ago, I think, maybe 8 years ago. The link is in the it should be in the description for this post. I think it's called Coaching with Chris, and that will take you to the YouTube page. And if you watch on YouTube, that would be incredible. So thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. It will help the channel grow, and that is what we're looking to do. All right, so back to telling stories. Brand new realtor. Very excited, ready to go out there and dominate. No clue how to do that. And so I'm looking online. I'm looking for resources. I'm looking for ways to connect with sellers. And I found a site which still exists, and you guys should check it out too. It's called Fast Expert. I'm like 99.9% sure that's what it's called, but it's called Fast Expert. And what they do is they will send you seller leads, and if you close those deals, then you owe them, I think it's like a 30% referral. So I signed up for that. I signed up for basically everything, and so when I got my first lead, my first seller lead from Fast Expert, now mind you, I don't think I had done any business at this point, or if I had done any business, it was very limited because I was brand new. So any rep I could do, I was going to do. Didn't matter about the price point, didn't matter about the location, nothing mattered to me. All I wanted to do was get reps in as quickly as possible. So I will tell you, coming from 18 years of being a stockbroker and being at the top of the food chain, it was somewhat a big hit to my ego when I would see some of these leads come in. But nonetheless, they were really low price points. These were not great houses. And what's funny is nowadays, everyone thinks, oh, well, you only sell $1 million homes. That's nice and that's great. And yeah, I got myself into that position. But first of all, I service all price points. But I can be more selective now. Back then, I would take any business. It didn't matter. I wanted to get the reps in. I wanted to gain experience, and that was it. So it didn't matter about the house. Didn't matter about the price point. Nothing mattered to me other than getting experience. So whatever I could do to get experience, I was going to do it all. And I was going to do it at the highest level possible, in spite of the fact I might not have known what I was doing. So all that being said, signed up for Fast Expert. Fast Expert sends me a lead. I am so excited that I got this seller lead that I'm on the phone instantly with this lead. Didn't really pay any attention to anything other than I don't even think I looked at the price. I don't even think I looked at the house. I just saw it was an address and I called immediately. So I called the seller, set the appointment, go to the appointment. I am ready to go. And I drive into a trailer park community right on the edge of Boca and Deerfield Beach. It was a waterfront mobile home community. And so I was just like, okay, here we go. There's no such thing as a bad rep. Drive into this community. And what's funny about it is, so some of those trailer homes, or mobile homes or manufactured homes, however you want to call it, some of them were right on the water and have waterfront access. And some of those mobile homes sold for $500,000, anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000. That's not the one that I got. So I roll up to this mobile home and it is disgusting. I walk into it, I greet the seller, and it was the most permeating, disgusting smell of smoke you have ever experienced. So this very nice lady had been there for, 20 years or so, and had smoked nonstop, chain smoked in this very tiny mobile home. So I walked in. There's it's yellow coated nicotine smoke, whatever, all over everything. It was so overpowering. My eyes started watering. It was just totally disgusting. Nonetheless, I was not leaving there without getting that listing. So, and so I did. I got the listing, and I had been taught that when you get a listing, there are certain things that you must do. So one of those things is host an open house. The next thing is to connect with all the neighbors. So I did all of those best practices. Now, I was going to do them irrespective of whatever the price point or whatever it was, but I did all those things, right? So I go there, and I am like an all-star, and in spite of the fact I'm brand new, I go in there, I service this client at the highest level possible. I throw a mega open house. I've got the signs everywhere. I got the flags everywhere. I'm running Facebook ads. I door knock the entire, as far as the eye could see. I introduce myself to everybody. It's all about getting people to know you, like you, trust you, know you're in the real estate space. So I do all the things. I get everyone's email addresses. I give them I offer to give them a CMA, all the best practices. And everything that I did worked. Great. So we get that property. Now, mind you, that property, I say property, that car had been listed like 2 or 3 times with other agents and it didn't sell. So when I came in, this woman was like dazzled by how incredible I serviced her. And I know I did a great job, but it was just so, to be honest, it was like, humiliating, and humiliating is not the right word. It was just a huge ego check because I'm out there providing world-class service at a property. Now, mind you, here's the best part. I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was like $45,000. It was an incredibly low price point. And again, it was a mobile home. So I go out there, I do everything right. I introduce myself to the neighbors. I get everybody to know me, like me, trust me. I create a huge presence in this trailer park community. And so, yeah, we get it under contract. I build my pipeline. I build my database. Everything works. When it comes time to close, I incorrectly assume that I would send the contract over to title, and quickly discovered that this is a car. There is no title there. Well, there is title, but it's at the DMV. It's not at a title company. So work through that process, end up selling the car. And the woman loves me, the neighborhood loves me. It's all good. I proved that everything worked. Like, it was proof of concept that the strategy that I had been taught with for sale by own, or not for sale by owners, with hosting mega open houses and all the things worked. Like, so I was pleased that I had proven that works. The unintended consequence of that was I then became the king of the trailer park community. So the listing king of the trailer park community. So I ended up getting like 4 listings from this place, and I was killing myself, and it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I proved that it does work. I also quickly realized that this is not a profitable use of my time, and I need to stop doing that. So I did end up selling, I don't know, 4 or 5 trailer homes, cars, right out of the gates. And then I quickly let everybody know that I would no longer be doing that. And I referred that business out to somebody else, and I never did that again. But the moral of the story is everything works and nothing doesn't. And when you're brand new, or at least for me, I had to get the reps in. I did not care about anything other than getting more reps in. So whatever I could do to get more reps in, I was going to do that as much as possible, and build my experience and my, build it up as fast as I could, and then obviously grow. So if you find yourself in that situation, learn as much as you can, and then quickly pivot to a different price point, because you don't want to be killing yourself selling $45,000 mobile homes. All right. So that being said, how do you get business right now, and how do you do that for free? Well, there are lots of ways you can do that. And some of this is free. Some of this might be at minimal cost. The easiest way, in my opinion, to generate business right now is through cold calling, right? So you can purchase lists of leads, expired data, and cancel data, and for sale by owner data, by going to any number of vendors. So in the past, I've used Vulcan 7. I think they're the best data. They're also probably the most expensive, or close to it. I haven't checked in a while, and frankly, I don't even think my Vulcan 7 membership is active. But nonetheless, Vulcan 7 has great data. A lot of people will bitch and moan about, well, it's so much bad data. Well, Yeah, this is a numbers game. This is a volume game. If you're committed to cold calling and prospecting, phone prospecting, you're going to have to make lots of dials. You're going to have to weed through the bad numbers to eventually find that golden nugget that will pay you, right? But it's a fiercely competitive market. You're going to have lots of competition. There's going to be lots of people calling the same leads that you are. Big freaking deal. So what? You just got to sharpen your blade, dial your pitches, your presentations, your rebuttals in. But if you pivot a little bit, and so in the I call that the Shark Tank, right? So if you're ready to go in the Shark Tank, by all means, go in the Shark Tank. I love the Shark Tank. I get energized by it. I have 18 years of cold calling experience as a stockbroker. I love it, but not everybody does, right? So you can sit there and go bananas calling expireds. You can sit there and go bananas calling cancels. You can sit there. You can't. There's no bad number to call. So bear that in mind. All numbers are good, right? But what would be the most effective number to call? Who's going to be the most likely to be receptive to your phone call? And that is a for sale by owner. So you can beat your head against the desk until you're blue in the face calling the expireds, or you can call somebody who's already got their hand in the air saying, hey, we want to sell our house. We're selling it ourselves without a realtor. Chances are they're going to answer the phone. So you can beat yourself to death doing the expireds, or you can pivot to somebody who's going to be statistically way more likely to answer the phone. And that to me makes a lot of sense. The good news is that our good friends at Zillow have been kind enough to publish that data on their site for free. So thank you, Zillow. We love you. So what I'm going to do now, and what you've maybe seen me do in the past, I know I've got lots of content out there of me setting appointments with expireds and cancels. And if you go back into the announcements on Facebook, you'll see it. On the YouTube channel, I know I've got lots of it too. But you can watch that from start to finish. And some of the content even goes through the properties that we've sold and has the testimonials of the sellers and all that good stuff. But for today, for right now, you don't care about that. You just want to know, how do I get business right now? So if I am looking to generate business, I want to create opportunities. I want people to get to know me, like me, trust me, know I'm in the real estate space, provide them with something of value, and inevitably they will send business my way or hire me, right? So let's call FSBOs. I'm going to share my screen. And here, and all I'm doing is punching in Zillow. I'm going to do Palm Beach County. And I'm doing Palm Beach County because I suspect there'll be a lot more numbers to dial. Palm Beach County. And then FSBO. Zillow. All right. So look at all those FSBOs. Thank you, Zillow. You know, everybody talks about Zillow's the boogeyman and the bad guy. They're not. They're just an excellent data source for us to capitalize on. And again, this is all for free. So I'm going over here. I'm looking at for sale. Are these for sale by owner? Yes. And I am going to go to home type, right? I don't want to deal with anything other than houses. So now we got houses over here. There's 146 for sale by owners. That means there's 146 people that are out there right now that have their hand in the air saying, we desperately need your help. I'm sure they don't see it that way, but that's how I see it, right? So I know that when they choose to allow me to connect with them, I am going to provide a solution for them that is going to find them the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else. And that is what they want to hear. They don't know it yet, but we know it. So we're going to do this from high to low. And this is incredible to me, right? You've got a $25 million house, you're selling it for sale by owner. That is awesome. That's who I'm going to call first. Don't be afraid of the big numbers. Call them first, right? Get the jitters out of the way. When I was a stockbroker, the first thing that I would do after I had set an appointment, and this taught me to get a little bit thicker skinned and ask for big orders. The first thing that I would do after they had opened an account on a small amount of money, I'd qualified them. I know they're accredited investors. I know they're high net worth individuals. But the first trade that I'm going to ask them for after they initially open the account is some monstrous number. So, and I was young back then. So I think I'm like, I don't know, 23, 24. And I'm on the phone with like a CEO of some Fortune 500 company. And I asked them for like a $5 million second trade. It's scary at first, right? You got to get used to asking for those big orders, or you're never going to get those big orders. To keep that in mind. So again, we're talking about real estate, we're talking about for sale by owners, but I will tell a little stockbroker story. So I had just opened an account with someone, and I'm not going to mention their name, and I was terrified to ask for a big number. And so I wasn't even sure what number to ask for, right? So I'm thinking, I'm looking at his DNB sheet. This is back when we were nothing was on the computer. So I've got this printed card, and I can see what the numbers in the DMB registry are. And clearly he's got, him and his company have a lot of money. But I never had asked for a really big order. But I asked them for like a $10 million position in a stock. And when I tell you I was terrified, I was terrified. I had no business asking for a trade that big. But nonetheless, I asked for 10. And he said, no, I'm not going to do 10, but I'll send you 5. And just like that, I had a $5 million trade. I was up and running. I was in business, and I actually ended up making him a lot of money. But you got to get used to asking for big orders, getting your confidence, right? So get these reps in. Don't be afraid to call anybody. The worst they can do is, they can tell you to go fuck yourself, right? Ooh, big deal. They cursed at me. The worst they're going to do is hang up on you and instantly forget that ever happened and move on to the next call. At least that's what I do, right? Maybe that's not for everybody, but that's my experience. So what have we talked about so far? We're on Zillow. I'm telling stories. We're on Zillow. We have for sale by owners that have their house on Zillow, but not in the market, and they're looking for a buyer, right? So we're going to call them now. And there's 2 ways to do this. So, well, there are lots of ways to do this, but what I do is the first thing that I want to do is set an appointment with them, right? I want to lay eyes on the property and see if it's something we believe we can get them multiple offers on and sell fast. So that's going to be part of this pitch. Now, my pitch, or my script, if you will, is in the Facebook group. If I haven't looked at it recently or updated it recently, so it's probably not the most current version, but you'll at least have a framework of what it is. It's not hard to find a script anywhere. So you can just Google right now for sale by owner scripts, and you'll find hundreds of them, right? The one that I've used in the past, again, it's in the Facebook group. If you're on YouTube right now and you don't have access to that, then just shoot me an email or send me a message, leave a comment, and I'll send you one. But they're all the same, right? It's about how you present that really is going to help you stand out and differentiate yourself. And get the reps in, right? So if you've got business and you're doing your thing and you're already, cold calling is what you should be doing when you don't have anything else to do. At least that's my thought, right? I want to connect with as many people that I know are interested in doing something in real estate, and I can spend a lot of money generating leads myself, or I can just go on Zillow and get that information for free. So that's what we're doing. So I'm in Palm Beach County. If you're somewhere else, then just punch in wherever you're in or where you're at, and you'll get access to that information too. All right. So this bad boy is a $25 million property. So chances are he's not going to be receptive, but who cares? Call him anyway. All right. Now, as you'll see, again, they used to make it harder to find. So good for them for making it easier. It used to be at the very bottom of the page. But as you can see here, it's listed by property owner, and they've been kind enough to publish their number. So we're going to call them right now. Oh, my phone is blowing up. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb because I'm not looking to get disturbed right now. I am looking to honor my commitment to be accountable and leave content every day in these groups. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So you're brand new. You've got no money to buy leads. You go to Zillow. You use their information for free, and you say, thank you, Zillow. You do have a cell phone. It's your best friend. It's your cash register. Get on your cash register and start hitting the buttons. All right, so we're going to call him now.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Well, you're not going to sell your home for sale by owner if you don't answer the phone. That's all right. We're going to go to the next one. Now, pro tip, don't even bother looking at anything because it will distract you. The pitch is going to be the same for whoever you're calling anyway, and the services that you're going to deliver are going to be the same no matter what their price point is. So I try not to get distracted by looking at too much about the property until they're on the phone. Once they're on the phone, then I'll pay a little bit more attention. But I just want to be focused on making the dials, finding the property owner, calling them right out of the gate, right? So that's what we're going to do. But before I do that, what I also want to say is step number one is obviously I want to set an appointment with them, right? If they're not receptive to that, then I will pivot to offering them something of value. So what is that thing of value that I can offer them that that they probably don't want to do in the first place? And the value add here is you can offer to host a open house on their behalf for free, right? So you're going to create a win-win scenario for them. Whereas you're going to eliminate the stress and the time and the work and the pain in the ass that it is to go out there and host an open house, and you're going to do it the right way. Invariably, the people who are doing open houses for themselves, they don't have a clue how to do them. So you're going, and you can talk about that with them in great detail when you get them on the phone. But I know that if I offer somebody a mega open house, and let's say they say, well, no, there's absolutely no chance I'm ever going to hire you to list the house, but I'll let you do a mega open house for free. Great. What we're going to do is we're going to go there. We're going to use their house as essentially a storefront, and we're going to do such an incredible job impressing them with the value that we bring that they may at some point decide, hey, I don't really want to do all this work. I want to hire this guy because he went out there and crushed it for me. So once you get the permission to do that, you now, one, have connected with that seller, but then also you're going to connect with all of the neighbors, right? So you're going to go and you're going to door knock the neighbors. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to, one of the things that we do that's very effective, and this is a shout out to Beth because she took this to the next level. She actually went out there and gets little chocolates from Trader Joe's, but goes up, knocks on the door, and introduces herself, or if I'm doing it, I'm introducing myself. But just, hey, I wanted to let you know we're hosting an open house for your neighbor this weekend. So I just want to apologize in advance because there may be heavy traffic here. There may be a lot of cars. I really appreciate your patience. So I wanted to offer you this chocolate, just for your inconvenience. And you would be shocked how blown away people are by the fact that you had enough common courtesy to do that. And then you've got a conversation going, right? You've got some rapport. So you can then give them your contact information. You can get their contact information. You can build your database with people who now are going to know you, like you, trust you, and know that you're in the real estate space. So everything is very intentional for you to be able to go out there and build your pipeline. That pipeline is where your business is going to come from. And right now, everybody is thinking about selling their house. Every single person at some point is thinking about not opening it. It's thinking about selling their house. Why? Because the market's going crazy right now. So everybody's thinking about it. And if you're out there and you connect with somebody, chances are you've just generated a tremendous opportunity for yourself at some point in the future. Now, you don't want to lose that information. You want to make sure that you keep that information. You want to make sure that you put that information into your CRM, which will allow you to follow up with them forever and will automate that process. And there's a whole, I'm not going to go into CRMs now or we'll be here all day, but there are lots of ways for you to stay in touch with them and for you to communicate with them in a very non-salesy way, but just offering to give them things of value. So one of the questions that we ask everybody, we give them the chocolates. Hey, would it offend you if I did a property analysis so you know exactly what your home is valued at right now? And most of the time, almost I'd say 90% of the time, you've just given them chocolates. Of course, they say yes to that. Okay, great. What's your best email address? Now you got their email address. Ask them for their phone number. They're going to give it to you because they like you. Why? Because you just gave them chocolates and you were respectful. So you're intentionally building your pipeline. Again, I'm saying for this particular example, we're going to say we did not get the listing at this point. We just got the opportunity to do an open house. Great. Thank you for that opportunity. But now you can max out the opportunity by introducing yourself to everybody in the neighborhood. And you can go bananas with this. So the first step is, and again, I know I'm all over the place, but introduce yourself to the neighbors, give them respect them, give them a treat, if you will, and thank them for being so patient for allowing you to do the open house and the inconvenience and all those things. Great. Offer to do evaluation, offer to set them up on a market update report. So anytime anything sells in the neighborhood, they know about it. They're going to say yes to all these things. It's very rare that anybody says no to me on those types of introductions, right? But then also be sure to turn around, point, and ask, hey, are any of your neighbors thinking about selling? And just kind of like point at any of the, I can't see myself on the screen right now, so I don't know what it looks like, but just point. You're going to have, some people will give you some information, some people won't want to talk, but inevitably there's going to be one neighbor that knows everything about everybody on the block, and you're going to get more information about the street that you're on than you ever could have wanted. That information is incredibly valuable. So you are just becoming a human database at this point. You're collecting all this information, you're putting it into your CRM, you're building your pipeline. All right, so there's that. Now let's get on the phone. This is not sponsored by Sparkling Ice, but I'll tell you what, I drink so many of these, I should be sponsored by Sparkling Ice. Black cherry is my favorite. Okay, here we go. So we are calling this nice person. Now, if you are calling somebody and you are live streaming it, you need to make sure that you say something along the lines of, I record my calls for training purposes. Very important. Most people are not doing live streaming, so this might just only apply to me, but that is a best practice if it's something that you're going to do.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right, so that's number 2 of not answering the phone. All right, where is the... Realtors are welcome, but please don't contact me to list. Okay.
Hi, this is Peggy. Sorry I missed your call.
Oh, Peggy Sue. All right, let's keep going down the list. Where is there we go.
Fred, last call.
All right. So again, it's a numbers game. We're cranking through the list. We're doing big things. But again, this is all free. It's all public record. It's out there on the internet for you to call. So thank you, Zillow.
Please leave your message for.
How are you going to sell your home if you do not answer the phone? You're probably not going to. All right. Oh, I talked to this guy the other day, and he hung up on me.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
Okay. Where am I? I just called that one. That was Peggy. All right. So we are just working through the list. Hello, this is Chris Igoe with Simply Home South Florida. I record my calls for training purposes. My records indicate that your property is for sale by owner. Is that true?
Well, no, it's not my property. I'm helping my parents, but yes.
I love it. Okay. How much are you asking for the home?
They're looking to get around 2.5 million for it.
2.5. I love it. And have you done any upgrades or improvements to the property?
We're doing some now. The foundation, the roof, some interior work, things like that.
I love it. And what's the backyard like there?
What's the backyard?
Yeah.
There's a pool, there's a basketball court, small gazebo, and a storage shed.
I love it. Let me ask you a question. Are you trying to sell the property by not having it on the market with a real estate professional? Is it because you're trying to save some money on commissions?
No, we're just really trying to get a feel for the realtors out here, get a feel for, just trying to see what we'll get. We're interested on the feedback.
Yeah.
Things like that. So no, it's not that it's totally out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few realtors that are kind of in line that we're going to talk with when we're ready, which should probably be next week.
I love it.
Just sit down and talk with them and see what their plan is and their record and if we like them.
Well, I love that. Let me ask you a question. If you knew absolutely for certain that by doing business with me, two things would happen. One, your home will sell. Two, you'll end up with significantly more money, bottom line, than you could get any other way, with or without an agent. Now, I know that's a big promise, but would you at least want to hear more about it? Be honest.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you, is it possible to lay eyes on the property and see if it's something we think we can get you multiple offers on and sell fast?
Not now.
Okay.
No, not now.
I respect that. When would be a good time?
Like I said, next week.
Okay.
I can give you my email address.
Sure, what is it?
It's KIMBERLSW@gmail.com.
At Gmail, I love it. And the number I called you on, is it your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. So when we get off the phone, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to send you my contact information so that you have it and you remember who I am. I'm also going to send you a video of how to sell your home yourself. One of the things that I like to offer, and just so you know, I'm with Simply Homes South Florida. We've done close to $1 billion in real estate sales. We specialize in finding the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else. But we also would love to, if it meets with your approval, host a mega open house on your behalf. Are you familiar with that strategy at all?
I believe so.
Okay, well, let me tell you exactly what it is, right? So we go out there. We are going to inevitably market and get more buyers than you could ever possibly imagine, right? The buyers that are interested in your home, those are your buyers. There no strings attached. It's 100% yours. What we would want is the right to sell the people who are not interested in your home another home. So it creates a win-win dynamic. Would that be something you might be willing to consider?
Okay, so what you were saying is basically you would put it out there, and then whoever comes and does not decide to buy, those would be the ones that you want to collect. I mean, not collect, but hire and have as clients. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm all about creating win-wins, right? You want to sell your home. It's your home. You're selling it for sale by owner. We're going to come in there and we're going to relieve a lot of stress for you, because hosting a mega open house is it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's stressful. We're going to remove that for you. So we'll host it on your behalf. We will market and advertise the property in a way that you just simply can't do. And with that, we're going to generate a lot of buyers. The ones that are interested in your home, that's all you. Anybody who doesn't want your home, again, we would want to work with them and sell them another home. But it's a win-win. Does that sound fair?
Okay, well, yeah, that sounds interesting.
Well, then why don't we do this? I am available. I do have some time this weekend if it would meet with your approval. Again, I'd meet with you briefly, lay eyes on the property, see if it's something we think we can get you multiple offers on, and we can schedule that open house on your behalf. Does that sound good?
I gotta commit to getting back to you and not doing it this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta stick with that.
Well, I totally respect that. That's fine. Let me ask you this, because we do a high volume business. I want to make sure that we've got the time to allocate for you. Would early next week, anytime between Monday and Wednesday, work for you in either the mid morning or the evening?
It wouldn't. Let me get back to you for sure.
Okay.
And try to just fill around with your schedule and see what we could work out.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I'd have to, like I said, we're gonna talk to several different realtors, and I want to try to schedule everybody properly, but we have to sit down and have to talk first. And I got to make sure everybody's comfortable going forward. I'm working with my parents. Yep. There is some hesitancy, and then there isn't. So I really want to just do this the right way.
I want you to do it the right way too. So what I'll do is I'm going to send you a video on how to sell your home yourself, which I think you'll find useful. I'm also going to run a property analysis on your behalf. I'll email that to you so that we're both fluent in speaking the same language. And so that you have an idea of what's going on in the market right now. As you know, it's insane. One of the things that I offer that I know nobody else does is I have a YouTube channel called Living in South Florida, which that might not mean anything to you, but the reason it's valuable is we have over 500,000 views on the site. We showcase what it's like to live in an area, and we have buyers from around the country that are signed buyer brokerages that are looking for homes exactly like yours. So chances are we've already got a buyer who's interested in it. And I'll go through all that when we meet. So you mentioned that this week is no good. What about next weekend? Could I just pencil you in? I mean, obviously we can coordinate times and firm it up later, but at least this way I know I've got the time allocated for myself. You tell me what's a good time.
Next weekend is the July 20th. Is it like July 3rd?
Yep.
I'm not sure. You know what?
Just so I know that I've got it marked off for you. You just tell me any day, and I'll make sure I have that time available. Again, as we get closer and I send you more information, we can obviously pivot from that. I just want to ensure that I've got the time for myself, and if we have to change it, we will.
Okay.
What time would that be?
We'll just I can give you, no, I really don't want to lock down yet. Just let me give you a call when I'm ready.
Okay.
And then
well, so in the interim, what I'll do is, just like I said, I'll send you a property valuation to your email address. I'll send you my video, my contact information. Let me ask you this. When we do sell the property and get you more money than you ever thought possible, will you do an amazing testimonial and tell everybody what a great job we did?
Sure.
I love it. I appreciate that. What was your name?
Kimberly.
Kimberly. All right, Kimberly. I appreciate that. My name is Chris Igoe. I'm going to send you my contact information now, and then I'll just follow up as we get closer to next week. All right?
All righty. Thank you.
You have a great day, okay?
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, well, that wasn't an appointment, but it was some contact information. And that's how you do it. If you get a few of those done a day, you will inevitably generate some business. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I don't forget. And I am going to send her my FSBO video right now. Let's see. Now, to be clear, I could tell that I was pushing her a little bit too much, which again, I'm all about being aggressive. I'm all about continuing to push and ask for the appointment, but I don't want to necessarily ruin the opportunity. And I felt like if I did too much more, she was going to get turned off. So let's see, do I have the right number? Yep. Send the link. Send my contact information. And then I'll shoot her a quick video. What am I doing? My contact information. No. Let's see. Share.